Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to talk about the Epos H6Pro and replacement earpads that can improve not only the comfort but also the sound of the Epos H6Pro. Now, the Epos H6Pro is probably one of my favorite headphones right now for open back headphone for gaming, especially playing FPS games like Valorant. There's no headphone I would rather wear than this one. The sound that comes out of this is amazing, but it's the fact that when you're playing games, you can literally tell exactly where people are based off their footsteps. Like, it's just laser pinpoint. Like, I've never heard a headphone that accurate. And there's other audiophile headphones I have, like this $600 planar headphone, the H6. I don't think it's as good as this when it comes to gaming, honestly. And even like the Sennheiser HD58x, I don't think it really does anything as good as this headphone does when it comes to just playing games and finding your opponents. Now, the main issue I had with this headphone is that the stock pads that this comes with, which are they're these velour pads that just don't really have memory foam. And I think that makes these pads just a little uncomfortable because after like 2 to 3 hours, I can just kind of feel it pushing against my head and it's just really not soft enough. The other pads that came with the closed version of this headphone had better and softer pads. But Dekoni has me covered, or these are ear pads by Dekoni. And we have the Midnight, which is an all leather, and then we have the Jerzees over here. So we're gonna talk about how these pads are more comfortable because they have memory foam, and then we're gonna talk about how they change the sound and which one you should choose between these two. As always, please like and subscribe down below, helps the videos out. Like, seriously, anything you guys can do can help. I'm trying to get to that 2,000 subscriber mark, so any help would be appreciated. Now let's talk about these ear pads. All right, so let's take a look at the Epos ear pads, kind of the structure and how you put it on. It's a really simple mechanism. Simply, they use these clip mechanisms, so you just take the pad. So I have the Jerzees on right now, and you literally just match it up on top, and then you just push down. And that kind of clips the headphone into place. All right, so let's talk about the different ear pads we have, right? So like I said, the Midnight, the leather, these are just really soft. Like you can see when you push down on them, they kind of slowly come back up and rebound. While the next one is the stock pads, which are a type of velour. You can see they're a little dirty from me using them, but these, like, you can see how they just instantly rebound, right? They don't have memory foam. I think that's what makes them kind of uncomfortable. And then of course we have the Jerzees that also, similar to the Midnights, they also have memory foam. So they have a slower rebound. You kind of see it come up, and they're softer and more comfortable than stock pads, right? So let's talk about sound then, right? So when you put on the Midnight, for leather pads, it brings out the bass more. So you get a lot more of that low end, and the low end becomes very, very fun. Now, I don't think the bass gets like way too much like other headphones. Like I just reviewed the Bose 700. Those consumer wireless headphones still have a lot more bass than this does. The bass on this is actually very, very good. It's just not like overdone like the Bose 700 is. And I think a lot of people will really enjoy this presentation. However, the treble, kind of like, our female vocalists and the higher frequencies kind of don't come out as much. So I think you kind of are missing a little bit of information up there. And so, yeah, it could be a little bit better in my opinion. So I would say this is probably the least detail of all the pads because the treble just doesn't come out as much, but I still think this is one of the most fun ones too, because you really get a full low end. That's just a really fun experience to listen to, just like things that require a good bass line like EDM, pop, and etc. Of course, I would say if you're gaming, like, it makes your kind of gunshots and stuff pop out a little bit more. I don't really find it like super distracting, but I think less bass would be easier to hear other things, but I like a lot of bass because it's just fun, right? Now the stock pads, like I said, I don't really have an issue with the stock pad. It's just not comfortable. Really, that's like the only thing that I don't like about these. But moving on to the Jerzees. So the Jerzees are an interesting thing because they're kind of like, I guess, perforated. They're kind of have holes in it, so it makes it less likely for your ears to get hot because it lets air in and out, which is really nice. And the effect on sound is that this is actually kind of brighter than the stock sound. So what that really means is you get less bass in a sense, but you get more treble. And I feel like the stock sound always almost had enough treble, but it was always missing that last bit. And with this Jerzees, the treble sounds really nice. It's definitely more than stock and it feels very complete. And I think because of that, I feel like this pad sounds the most detailed in my opinion. And I really enjoy this one. I think if you're looking for that hi-fi sound, that very detailed audiophile sound, or you're looking for like the most detailed FPS gaming sound, I think the Jerzee is definitely my recommend. I think it just sounds really amazing and very balanced. But what it doesn't have is it doesn't have the bass that the other two have. And I feel like it kind of feels a little bit boring, honestly, compared to the rest. But it's kind of the audiophile sound, I would say. And it sounds very crystal clean and clear. And so my conclusion really is, I kind of lined them up for you, but this is basically the bassier and less treble focused one. This is like the balance of these two, the stock sound, which is very good. And then this one is like much more treble intensive. So I would say this sounds the most clear, but the least bass. And essentially it goes from like fun to clear sounding. So choose whichever one you want. And yeah, that's basically how I judge these. And honestly, I think these are definitely worth it over the stock pair. They're just really uncomfortable. And yeah, as always, I want to thank Dekoni or Earpads by Dekoni for sending these out for review. I actually asked for them to send it out because I literally could not handle just this earpad being uncomfortable. Like I wanted a replacement. And so I asked them if I could review these so I can try these out, and these definitely met my needs. So a funny comparison I'm going to make is between the Epos H6Pro with the Jerzee pads on against the HD58x. I actually think the Epos with the Jerzee pads sounds actually maybe more balanced than the HD58x. And that's kind of ridiculous. Like they sound very, very similar, but I think the Epos actually has less warmth. Like there's actually less emphasis in like the bass to like the mid-range where like male vocalists are, where I think the HD58x is a little bit exaggerated there and causes a little bit of warmth. Some people like that, but it does come off as like a lot more like underbreaths of people's voices, if that makes any sense. Versus the H6 Pro doesn't really exhibit any of that. It actually sounds a little cleaner in that area. And overall, I feel like it actually makes it sound more balanced and clean than the HD58X, which is something surprising to me. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. As always, please like and subscribe down below. Helps the videos out. I make tech videos here all the time, so you guys don't want to miss out on those. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.